Hey guys, how's it going? I figured I would do a quick little walk around video that I've been telling you guys that I'll do for a while of this 1979 Ford F250 two-wheel drive 460 automatic truck. I'm in Massachusetts. The truck came from California. I got it from a dealer who ended up getting it in Connecticut. And that's where I got it from, was in Connecticut. So it's very rare and tough to find an old truck in good condition up here in Massachusetts. And that's what we started with. It originally started with just a driver because it was so clean, I had to have it. And the price was great on it. So I ended up getting it. I was gonna do a head and cam package on it, looking into it. And I don't know, man, it was a lot of money. I ended up finding a brand new Super Cobra jet from DMC Racing in Halifax, and I bought that motor, and then the motor was nicer than I planned on putting in the truck, so then I pulled the nose off the truck to clean the frame rail so I could drop the motor in, and then I said, well, I might as well just lift up the cab because it's only 4 bolts. You know, I'll lift up the cab, and then I'll clean the frame, then I end up pulling the bed, and then it turned into this. It turned into looking into information on trucks and the Dana 60 that was in the back, you know. So we ended up, the very first thing I ended up doing is I ended up putting this Sterling 10.25 rear end together. So I basically boxed it all in, I sheet metaled it, and I made all the 4-link. It's rebuilt. Right now, the cover's not even on. Here's the cover that I made for it. It has a brand new Detroit locker, and this is a street truck, it's not a race truck. A brand new Detroit locker with motorsport gears and so on. All rebuilt new bearings and so on, and then QA1 shocks in the back. And then you can see the Monsterheim joints. They're 1-inch joints, 1-inch bolts. I ended up making the brakes, which is Willwood brakes, my own brackets on the back, and E350 rotors. So drilled and slotted rotors from a van. 4-piston Willwood calipers, and so on. And you can see a custom everything basically on this rear end. Stainless brake lines that I run across the back and in through the frame. So they go inside the frame. And everything on this truck, when I built this truck, wasn't supposed to take this turn. So then as I built this 4-link rear suspension, I ended up boxing the frame. So now the frame is completely boxed, as you can see everywhere. And every cross member on the truck, including everything for the 4-link, was completely taken out, and I designed, cut, built, and installed every piece. I stiffened up the frame rail coming across with like basically a cradle right here, and this cradle holds the drive shaft bearing. So, and it has a built-in drive shaft loop. I just had the drive shafts made, 2-piece drive shaft. That's a Moja slide-in yoke there, and same for the rear. These are 1350 U-joints, and obviously a slip yoke drive shaft. So I ended up boxing the frame, making a 4-link. These are our 4-link brackets, all 1-inch monster joints. And I ended up building the brake system, the frame, and coming along, blah, 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 next on next. You know, I started playing with the motor, then I decided I was going to put the supercharger on here, so it's a brand new, rebuilt. I ripped it all apart. It's an 871, and I crinkled black, powder coated everything. Valve covers, all the custom brackets that I had to make a lot of this stuff work with the supercharger. This stuff is hard to find when you go start looking around, and you know, here's all the brackets right here for the alternators coming around, custom brackets onto the frame. It's very hard to piece stuff together when you're trying to build something, and this is like a Chrysler snout onto the 871 with the pulley flipped backwards to make it fit. The blower shop lower pulleys and spaces and so on. And at this point, I ended up coming and just deciding that I was going to, I had Lnl motor mounts with poly bushings, and I had Lnl headers, which the biggest in-frame Lnl headers you can buy for a two-wheel drive 460 truck, because of the steering box over here. Because of where the steering box is, you can see how close it is to the headers, you can see where it is on the frame, and so on. The biggest headers you can buy for this truck are a 1 7/8 headers. So I decided that I will build my own headers. So I hand fabbed out these headers, and they're all stainless steel. They're all done with V-band clamps into this 3.5-inch exhaust. Here's the bung, I'll tell you what that's for in a minute, and there's the wiring for the same thing. All custom brackets made on the exhaust all the way back with Flowmaster mufflers. Everything is V-band in. These are Flowmaster mufflers. 90-degree out, and I need to finish the outside tailpipes as soon as I get the bed on. And I sent it all out and had every piece ceramic coated and polished. That was $1,000 just to ceramic coat it and polish it, in case you guys are wondering what that stuff cost. And I threw the Phytech fuel injection on top of the motor. I'm going to try that. Again, like I said, this is a street truck. It's not a race truck. I want it to be reliable. I want it to start. I'm trying to get this truck to SEMA 2020, and we will see what the result of that is. It has a full fogger system. Everything for the entire nitrous kit from back to front is completely NX. Every NX fitting, every NXY, the hoses. I got two 15-pound NX bottles, and the 2 bottles are going to go in the bed of the truck. And this is what the back of the rest of the Phytech looks like. So I ended up getting a nitrous system in here, more or less. Oh, so the other part of the Lnl was the headers. When I couldn't, the other part of the Lnl headers was the motor mounts. I ended up taking the motor mounts out, and I do have the motor mounts for sale if anybody wants them. I ended up building chrome moly, 1 solid motor mounts, and bolting those in. Those are powder coated. Oil pan's been cut and shaved and powder coated out of a Fox body. So I ended up cutting and tigging the oil pan so it fit clearance wise. Everything on the fuel system, I guess I should start in the back. The aluminum fuel cell, 20-gallon GMC sending unit. GM, not GMC. GM sending unit. 2 -10 lines coming out of the back into 2 fuel systems. Top fuel system is the nitrous for the nitrous, and the bottom is obviously to run the truck. Everything on the truck side is Aeromotive. It's an Aeromotive A1000, which I'm going to be swapping out for a black Eliminator. Aeromotive black, obviously, and red filters. I'm going to be swapping the red filter out too. And all -10 line to the front of the truck. Here's the return. Everything is run. There's the pump bracket. There's the pumps. Everything is run into the frame, and then all the way forward and out of the frame. And here's the -6 for the nitrous, which comes along and is also run into the frame. So here's the nitrous line. See the other NX fitting here. Here's the nitrous line that are going to split off and wire off to the bottles. Here's the N-6 that go to the fuel pump, and here's the harness for the sending unit, and the 2 wires for the powers for the pump. And brake lines also, like I said earlier, the brake lines are split off and they go to the Willwood calipers, and they are also run directly into the frame. So all the wiring, all the hose and tubing and fuel lines and everything is run through the frame, including the power, transmission, automatic transmission lines, which are right here going through the frame. And here's the -10 coming out of the frame and up to the Aeromotive regulator, and then I have all the hoses and everything run up to the Phytech and so on. Nitrous setup on this side. Here's the purge right here, so you can purge it out when it has the hole in the hood. and everything. The tailor wires are the only thing that's not MSD in the electrical system. So everything in the electrical system, it's MSD black distributor, MSD 6AL box, black box, MSD coil. Everything is MSD except for the wires, because my last name is Taylor. So I cut all the wires and put MSD ends on the Taylor wires to make sure that the Taylor wires could run with the MSD crab cap and so on. So the MSD is 100% electrical system, the Aeromotive is 100% fuel system, the NX is 100% nitrous system, and I'd like to try to keep things nice and tight like that, everything matching. Just like the CSR, I have the CSR water pump, I have the CSR gooseneck, I have the CSR fuel plate back off, fuel plate block off. I have everything from CVF starter, CVF alternator, CVF power steering pump, and I have a couple of machine pulleys to go on them and so on. And I try to keep it all in the same brand. C6, built C6. I'm not 100% sure what the stall is. I think it's a 4,000 stall, which is going to be tough on the street, but you know, it is what it is. And then I would like to go to the next design of this truck. So I'm not releasing exactly what the build of this truck is for another couple of months. In a couple of months it'll be obvious what the build of this truck is, but right now it is not. So I'm not telling people exactly what's going on here. This is the only set of 8 lug GT 350, GT 500 wheels. This is the only set in the world. These are mine, they were custom made for me. The name of this truck is Elliot. So there's Elliot by McNasty Customz cutting the wheels. Foos made me these wheels. These are Foos forged wheels. These are car center caps, truck center caps, and it is me making the two work together. So I brought them to the machine shop, had them machined down, had them TIG weld. Well, I'm going to TIG weld them. I haven't TIG welded them yet. TIG weld them, and then I'm going to send the center caps out and have them chromed. But these are my wheels. They are 22 by 10 wide with Toyos on the front tire. See? Elliot. And the rears are 22 by 12s with a 355 Toyo rear tire. And these are wide. So those are biggins. They're biggins. So this is basically where we are. I just told you guys that I would give you a updated video and show you everything that's been going on with the truck. I handmade every piece of this rear end, every bracket. I handmade everything actually. The frame rails, the brackets, the cross members, obviously I changed out every mount for the cab. So here are the cab mounts. That's the rear cab mounts there. High energy suspension bushings. I braced everything up. Removable cross member obviously for the transmission. It's the stock front suspension more or less with QA1 shocks that they don't make for this truck. So that was kind of tough, but I figured that out and I got that taken care of. All brand new front suspension, like steering rods, tie rod ends, so on. And I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to be doing. I might take the front suspension out of this and build my own with a couple of control arms and a QA1 coilover. I'm not sure. I didn't really want to get drastic into this because this truck is a specific build. I have a rendering for this truck, and I knew what this truck was going to be the minute I started building it, and I'm trying to follow those guidelines of what I thought this truck would have been built like. So there's a lot of things that I might have done differently in another way, but the reason I am not 100% going with every idea that pops into my head is because I'm trying to follow the certain design that I think would have been made like that. So there is a specific reason for every single nut and bolt on this truck when it's done. When it's done, I'll release it in a couple of months and let everybody know what exactly is going on, and then it'll be all common sense from there. Oh, that makes sense now, that makes sense now. So it's a 20-gallon fuel cell with a GM sending unit in it, and I cut this top Jazz aluminum filler neck so I can actually run the rubber tube, rubber hose, whatever, the filler neck tubing. I can run it to the side of the truck and actually use the fuel door. So this way, this thing's going to be super clean. It's going to have two 15-pound bottles in each side of the bed of the truck in the back. That's what that nitrous line's for, and they're going to Y off into the nitrous. Truck's got a roll pan. The truck had some modifications to the cab to fit this scheme. A lot of people won't notice it, but when I point it out, you'll notice it, and you'll either like it or you won't. The truck has a 6-point chrome moly, 1 5/8 tube roll bar inside the truck, mainly just for the harness to fit the theme of why this is being built. But it does have it's a very nice cage. I actually did a real nice job on all the plates. You'll never see it, it'll be under carpet, but I ended up punching holes in all the plates and so on to match the holes in all the frame and all the gussets. Even though it's going to be under carpet, I want it to be you know, as nice as I could possibly do it. And like I said, I don't know. This thing hasn't been started yet. It will be. This has a real rowdy cam in it. That's one thing I was thinking about swapping out of it. This motor had 742 horse with no blower on it. And I ended up adding a blower to it. And I wasn't sure on the cam because I want that extremely rowdy sound to it, the shaking of the truck and so on. So I am not 100% shooting for the most horsepower and the quickest ET times that I can possibly get, and there's reasons for that. This isn't a race truck. It's a nice show truck. I plan on bringing it to SEMA. It's a theme truck, and it will be apparent on why I did every single thing the way I did it. So maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people don't like the crinkle black, so I powder coated every single thing and ripped apart everything to get it crinkle black. I cleaned every single piece of the rear of the blower and so on so I can get this thing exactly the way I want it. Like I said, I built the headers. Oh, so that's what I said earlier. So yes, this is the Phytech wiring harness that we cut down, removed all the fusible links out of it, and extended it. And these are the bungs for the O2 sensors, which one O2 sensor, yes, on this side, will run the Phytech system. And the reason I cut the harness is right here on the back of the blower. It had 3 big fusible links, which was just disgusting. So I ended up cutting those out, and then we had to take whatever wiring harnesses and run wires out of the actual Phytech. So we pulled the covers apart, so on, ran down, figured out what we didn't need anymore, and disconnected everything. I technically don't need that MSD ignition. It'll run off the Phytech, but we will be using that anyway. Blow shield. Yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, it's pretty much a 1979 F250 DentSide. That's pretty much what it is. A lot of customization. A lot of time into each bracket, into each thing. Drilled. So, here we are, guys. I'll be having more updates of this coming up soon. We'll be revealing what it is. I can show you guys the rendering pretty soon. Obviously, I'm on all the Facebook pages, and you guys are watching that, and then so on and so on. And I have other couple builds going on in here. I actually have, so this motor is obviously the big block 466. I actually have a matching small block that I'm going to be putting in the car to match it. And this is a 427, 351 based 427 Phytech, same nitrous setup. All the MSD setup is right here. And I did the same thing with the valve cover. I crinkle blacked everything and did the lines in it to match the back of the blower of the truck, and so on. So, I have some stuff going on here, boys. So like and share, and we will be posting more videos soon. Thank you.